I think we can do very, very well. We've proved it in 1994 with the Rugby World Cup. But we've got a bit of a difference here, is that the fan base, I think, on the soccer is completely different to what the rugby was. And I think if we do not fix two things before then, we can have the Gautrain, and we can fix our highways, and we can fix our accommodation, and we can fix the hotels, and venues like mine can be prepared and get geared up for it. But if we don't fix crime and our taxi services or public transport, no matter what we do, it'll be a failure. My venues I can handle, and yes, the nightlife is going to increase. But one's got to be logical about it and think about it, and realistically, people are going to come here, and for the first week, they're not going to think of sex. After a week, the guy's going to start thinking of sex. And it would be a big shame on South Africa if that guy went back HIV positive, and he got it here in South Africa. Yes, I'm looking at another two venues before the end of this year, which would be Bloemfontein and Port Elizabeth I'll be looking at. We have got a certain amount of coloured and black ladies working for us. That we have got to look at increasing. We've certainly got to have a look at that, because a lot of your European clientele that come here are looking for the more tan person than our local Russian, Romanian, Bulgarian, South African. Yes, to a certain degree. If one is asking, am I going to play Mama Tembu's wedding when a girl is going to get up and have to try and do a sexy dance, we won't go that far. But certainly we're going to try and bring more of an African flavor into it. I've got, how many now, 12, 13 months to think of things to come up with. I don't want to spoil the effect now and start practicing now or start putting them out. So I'm going to wait until the last minute and then come out with nice, clever ads that are definitely going to put me on the world stage. We're going to try and put something forward to pull those people in, to make their stay here, even though it is at a strip club as such, an enjoyable, festive time that they can go back and remember. Definitely, yes. But we got one problem here in South Africa. If we legalize it, we got to control it. And unfortunately, South Africa has got a tendency to legalize and then leave it alone. We have got a high rate of HIV. And if we legalize it, we've got to follow that through with the HIV program and say to the girls, if you HIV program, sorry, this is not the industry for you. Yes, there can be. One, the girl is going to feel a lot more secure. She doesn't have to do it hidden away where things can go wrong and she can't report it because it's illegal. That is the major factor. One has got to legalize it. But when you legalize it, you've got to look after it and you've got to follow it through. In one way, it is going to lessen the stigma attached to a venue like mine, because people are going to say that is more acceptable than the prostitution side. Prostitution will benefit a lot more, I think, than what I would, because already my clientele that come to Teazers don't want to cross that line. They're happy with what they got. Well, I haven't bought any new cars lately, so... No, because it's so cheap to come to South Africa. A lot of people know I'm Greek. I'd love to support the Greeks, but they're going to bomb out again. I mean, they won the Euro 4 years ago. They all went back home as Greek gods, and that's where they've stayed.